What's going on? Good to see you, man.
See you.
All right.
Thank you for coming.
So where am I? Stay here?
Yeah, you can sit here.
Okay. We're about to get intimate, up close and comfortable.
Yeah. So I got a couple questions for you.
All right.
The first one is pretty simple. You're a creative, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Is there any industries that you'd like to take part of in the future? It could be like opening a coffee shop or even starting your own Japanese denim.
Wow, that's a great question, Kane. Well, I'll say this. Although my career has been in fashion, my true passion has always been music. But and when I was living in New York, I produced a couple records. I was DJing back then, but at some point when my kids, because I had kids before most of my crew, so I had kids early on, I kind of had to like decide, okay, I got to do something to support my kids, and I had to kind of give up on my true passion, which is music. And so music has always been a passion of mine, and maybe in the new chapter, now that my kids are out of the house, maybe I'll get back into music in some way. As you mentioned, kind of coffee shop or whatever, we're actually in the middle of building a new union in LA, like a new location where we're gonna have like a coffee shop and a wine bar. It's gonna be much more diverse. So okay. I don't know, the coffee shop or the wine. I love wine. I love natural wine. So we're gonna incorporate that. And part of the build out of the space is gonna be a hi-fi bar. So I'll get my music in there too. So yep. And then from design, well, we already make half of our clothing's made in Japan. So.
Okay. So like segueing that question,
yeah.
You've gained quite an audience over the years. Do you ever see yourself like taking more of a spotlight, either through social media, storytelling, or documentation? Kind of like Ronnie from KIF. He's such like a big impact.
Yeah,
do you see yourself doing that?
Despite the fact that I'm kind of comfortably talking to you and all the interviews that you've seen, I'm a little bit shy. Like not shy like that I'm afraid of the camera, but like I'll say this. It's not so much I'm shy. I like my privacy. So I don't put myself out there like that. But many people have told me for me to kind of evolve and expand, I have to get more comfortable with sharing and not being so private. I'm not currently on social media, and I like it that way, but it's been a topic of conversation around the office quite a bit that I need to engage more on social media. I'm bad at it.
I can always help you if you need.
Thank you.
Okay, now segueing to like sneakers.
Okay.
You're one of the few, I guess, that's created an iconic sneaker, like the ones that you're wearing on feet. And you're joining the ranks of like Jeff Staple with the Pigeons or even Virgil with the 10.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in that legacy, and what impact would you like to leave behind in the sneaker culture?
That's a good question. Well, I'll say my Virgil inspired me to kind of understand and know that I could do this as well. And so I'll always kind of put him up there as someone who I was highly inspired by what he was doing. I obviously have my own take on things, and my designs and even the business behind how we did our stuff is very different than Virgil's. Virgil's a designer for Jordan, for Nike, right? Whereas I'm a designer for Union that collaborates with Jordan and Nike. So it's a little bit different, but I could never put myself above Virgil, and like I said, he inspired me. I don't know, I never got really into what's better. It's kind of like, I'll say it this way, man. Like, there's this debate, who's better, Kobe or Jordan or LeBron? And I'm like, who cares? They're all dope, right? Does it really matter? Okay. Like, we all can attest that Jordan is incredible, and we can all attest that LeBron is incredible. You all attest that Kobe's incredible. It doesn't matter to me who's number one. Fashion and creativity is not a competition, right? And even in sports, when we're talking about Jordan versus LeBron, it's a team sport, right? If it was tennis, maybe, or golf, it's a team sport, so you can't really compare it. And to me, fashion's not competitive, so I never really think about it in a competitive way. I'm very proud of the designs and collections that we've made. This shoe right here, my bad boy, is I love it. I think it's stood the test of time. And I would put it against any other, if to answer your question directly, I would put it against any collaboration or really a shoe that's out there. But you know, so I'm a big fan of it. There's some that I wouldn't. There's some of mine that I didn't quite hit it right. You know what I mean?
Like the twos? Or
Look, we're on camera.
like, get out now.
Yeah, the two. I mean, I'll say this with full transparency. I think the one that the two. By the way, I know why. I'll just say this, and this might be me being defensive, so forgive me. The two sold out, right? So the twos were commercially successful. The twos were never one of my favorite shoes growing up, and how I design is often putting myself into the thing. So the twos were a big challenge for me because I never was really a big fan of the twos. So I couldn't put myself into it. I tried really hard. I think the apparel collection that accompanied the twos is probably one of the better collections that
add the
we
socks.
did.
It came out with the slides too, which were great for the
slides. The one where I'm like, damn, if I had to do it again, I would have done something different. Would have been the AJKO lows.
Oh, I wear those all the time.
Okay, which was the intention.
Yeah.
But what I didn't read the room and I didn't understand, when Union does a collaboration with Jordan, the consumers want something special. And my intention with that AJKO was to make like an everyday shoe, but that's not
it's
what
like
people
a neutral.
want.
It's like a neutral gray.
But I leaned too much into the everyday shoe. So if I had to do it over again, I might have done that one differently. Otherwise, I'm pretty excited and proud about it.
Okay, so I guess last question from me.
Go ahead. 3
you
questions, man?
Well, it's gonna be 4. So
He's part of the
He's got work to do.
So your upcoming collaboration is super anticipated
Yes, it
with
is.
Fragment.
Yeah,
But
it is.
I want to know, how is it working with a legend like Hiroshi?
So I've known Hiroshi for a really long time. When I first started going to Japan, probably would have been the year 2000, I think. I want to say the year 2000. I first started going to Japan, and the company I worked for, Union, obviously, but before I owned Union, in 2000 I didn't own Union. The owner of Union was Marianne Fusco, James Jabbia, and Eddie Cruz, or 3 different owners, because they had kind of, it's complicated, but just let's say 3 different owners. So they were already friends with Hiroshi. And so when I first went to Japan, I was given a ticket, like, here you go, here's your ticket. Here's a $300 stipend for the week. We've booked you a hotel, and here's a burner phone. And if I had this burner phone, by the way, back then, today if you go to Japan, your phone will work in Japan.
Yeah.
But back in 2000, your phone wouldn't work there. They were on a different system. So you had to get a Japanese phone. Okay. So they had a burner phone with Nigo, Hiroshi, you name it, you name a famous Japanese person in fashion, they're right, and they're like, all right, when you get there, call Hiroshi and he's gonna take care of you, kind of thing. Yeah. So I've known Hiroshi for a really long time, and we recently, about 3 years ago, I've known him for a really long time, and I've gone snowboarding with him, like all kinds of shit. But we got reconnected in a new way, kind of refreshed our relationship a couple years ago. A story I probably can't tell, but let's just say, believe it or not, he asked me for advice, and I gave him advice that worked out well for him. And so it rekindled our relationship. And so a couple years ago, when Jordan asked me, hey, what's the next project you want to work on? I pitched them 2 ideas. I pitched them that one there. I was like, hey, I don't think people fully know the full story of how we started with this one, which is taking 2 colorways from the original, I want to say 10 colorways that were made in 84 and 85, and mixing them up, right? So we've done 2 colors. We've got another, 10 combos we could do if we want. Let's do a new combo. So that's obviously the next combo that we did. And then, or if you guys don't like that idea, because I'm thirsty sometimes. I got another idea. I pitched them actually 3 ideas. Another idea was taking the original colorways of our first 2 collabs, so the AJ1 that we did and the AJ4, and mixing the colors and materials. So we do the AJ1 in the suede and
like the
mesh,
guavas.
like the guava, and maybe that'll happen one day. I don't know. But they said no to that. They said yes to this, and they were like, and we also like, because I was like, yo, me and Hiroshi are cool again. Wouldn't it be great if we did like a triple collab? It would fucking break the internet. Let's do a triple collab and do our shoes together, which we've been working on for a year, and now everybody knows it's coming out. I was just with him in Paris last week. I'll show you a picture, and and he's wearing them already.
Yeah, no, I've been seeing the leaks. I've been sending them to Trevor, and I'm like, we need these.
Yeah. So it's been great working with him. You know, he's a legend. What can I say? He's a living legend. You know. What?
Oh yeah, you gonna come through? Oh, you gonna come through?
No, I don't want him
wrap
back
it up
here.
there. Come
I don't
through.
want him back here.
Okay, yeah, let's come.
I quit. I'm out.
Yeah, no,
so
sit down. I'm gonna come through.
You talked about beating us in the championship
That's
final.
right.
You sure about that?